Good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleasure here to share my minds with everyone, and I want to learn from you and exchange mind each other. Today, I will topic about the role of Chinese as an institution in the overseas of Chinese. I will discuss from three perspectives. First one is the overview of China overseas investment, then analyze financial institutions' role in overseas investments. And finally, to analyze some cases in overseas investments by introducing a set of topics. I hope to introduce and analyze the positive impact that financial service firms can bring their mining companies. As China faces a growing need to secure natural resources and raw materials, most notably energy and minerals such as iron ore, gold, copper, and aluminum. The need for resources is accelerating. Chinese emergence is the truly global power. Hence, the central government of China has announced that going global strategy that encourages Chinese entities to invest in overseas assets by mergers and acquisitions, especially in natural resources sector. Since 2005, Chinese entities has invested US dollars $386 billion in overseas expansions, among which US 18 billion was invested in 2012, about 8 times more than that amount in 2005. And the Chinese financial institutions have demonstrated taking more and more important role to facilitate Chinese investors going global, from providing commercial loans to undertaking overseas acquisitions, acting as financial advisors on notable transactions. So now we just look at the picture, and then we overview some overseas investment. And as look at this above this picture, is since 2005 to 2012, the overseas investment of Chinese, it was with a very fast speed grows up. And in 2012, the overseas investment almost reached for 80 billion US dollars. And in sectors, it's energy power is most important, almost cover for 48%. And as metal and mining is almost 23%. As we look for as the metal and mining sector, as actually by global financial crisis and commodity cycles, the yearly average amount that drops to US 12 billion in most recently year, nearly half of the record packed in 12 as 2008. So it's well, we can find it's in 2008 and 9, and also it's 2011. Before 2011, metal and mining was very active and as aggressive for overseas for Chinese. They did as acquisition and investment very well, but it's since last year, as the metal and mining was more and more quiet. So I think it's because the metal and mining's, as the metals price and the commodity price was down, and also we can't find a very nice project and a huge and a low cost and high green as the project in the world. We can find that in this picture in all of the almost as investment overseas energy power energy as investment still is very stronger. It's almost in the totally is almost 80 billion US dollar, but its energy is 62.5 billion US dollar, is including the coal project and the coal as minings in Australia. That's Yangzhou Coal Group. They had been as invest to the project in Australia and also in and as charcoal as joined some coal investment in Mongolia. And also as in Africa, as a new era for as overseas investment for Chinese. We can find as belong to this picture, as in countries in the countries for overseas investment. Australia is 43% for Chinese investment. As Australia, they has a short distance and rich resource, and also standings an environment for investment. So it is still as the most hot investment for Chinese. Even Australia, they gave the new policy for foreign investment, but Chinese company, they are still interesting for Australia. But as we can find in recently, as more and more as Chinese company and the Chinese investment, they are looking for the opportunity in Africa, as a special South Africa for metal and mining, as a DRC and Zambia, and also in Zimbabwe. This area is a top hot investor area for Chinese, also for foreign investment. And which kind as a metal and as mining should be interesting for Chinese investment? I think for base metals like copper, gold, zinc, and for as black minings for iron and coking coal, and such that metals still as will be as continue in interesting by the Chinese investment. There's I really want to explain what's the role Chinese institutions they are doing in overseas business for Chinese, also for foreign company. You know, as for traditional finance service, they always do advisory for acquisition and investment, and commercial loan is for acquisition, that's a bridge loan, and project financing, that's for traditional. But in recently, more and more as institutions from China, they do as more and more rolling in with the Chinese investment together. That is, you know, as we can compete. As in traditional service, as a commercial loan and a bridge loan, as a project finance and MA advisory, such that, and as in Volvo service, as you know, we can find more and more institutions. They do equity and a partnership with industry company together. That is more details. So we will. I just want to explain that, you know, as in several cases, as China institutions, they work together with the as industry companies, like charcoal. And charcoal and that's Techminco. You know, it's a CIC. Tech is a finance institution and that's an equity fund. They was invest to the tech for in 2009. So it's they got the shares 40%. But now it's CIC is still holding for these shares. This way it's a long-term and standing investment. They do partnership with tech, and also they help the tech to open the market in China. So they help them to sign the agreement and the contract with the Bosch Steel and also other steels company in China. And that's still the project produce like coking coal and zinc and copper to Chinese customer. So they are very good relationship and that's a very good corporate right now. And also it's you know it's in foreign, in Chinese, in several cases, when the company is do acquisition, it's a Chinese, always you can find the CIC and the BOC and the China Life and the other institution. They give their support to them for finance and also for advisory and partnership. That is very interesting, you know, as past times, Chinese entities company, they was not really successful in overseas business. So they need some institution as a partnership with them and give them the idea. So how can develop and approve their business in overseas and as a strategic partnership. That is, you know, as an example. The company, they do as they understand what's the strategy, what's the industry business, like they do corporate business. They know what's the corporate market, and they have the demand. They are customer, but they don't know as what's the finance structure can be work with them, and how to negotiation with foreign management team and the foreign company, and they don't understand what the stock market and the capital market is going on in future. So such that they need a partnership and with the other institution. That is, they give their partnership and improve their business work together. And the institution, they can got their benefit from their its business development. Also, as entity companies, they can got their benefit from the advisory and the financing. So that is more as a very interesting situation. And as also as in Hong Kong, you know, so Hong Kong is a finance center. As a large of institution, they was built in recently couple years, and also they are from China, and also it's a joint venture with American and also Europeans as in the fund. So they do special situation. So they look for the opportunity in the world. As such, some company it is undervalued for market, so they do acquisition, and also they do their acquisition from the second market. Then they look for the partnership for entities company, and give their business as an opportunity to the entities company. So that is for business relationship and also for finance structure corporate. And in a very interesting situation that more and more structured finance service from Chinese institution, like sell-side credit and buy-side credit, like FMG. In the FMG, they was extended their produce and their project for second time. So they got the finance from China for 30 billion RMB. RMB is finance. So as one of the infrastructure building company, they do this finance. So they are for contractor controller. So they arrange for finance to FMG. So for machine contractor and also for infrastructure contractor. So now for FMG got the market and the finance boss. So that is very successful deals. And also as for BOC, as a BOC, Bank of China. Bank of China is a commercial bank group. So we are as Bank of China International. We are based for this as a Bank of China group. So we are investment banker. So we do a lot of project financing to the Chinese company, also foreign company. In that, if our clients, they are Chinese, they do overseas investment in different country, we can do credit for central bank, but we can give the money in different country, different regionally. So that means, like Ming Metals, we have been a corporate long time, so over 30 years. So we know them, so we gave the credit as a budget to them, and they can use that in Africa, also South America, also it's in mainland China. So that people, they think is if they do acquisition, give the offer to their target, so we can give their commitment letter, then we can give the finance, like OZ. In OZ, when Ming Metals was acquisition with OZ, we gave the whole of the finance for leverage. So that is easy to our clients. Now, since 2008, and so we improve our business for more and more foreign company, not only for Chinese company and the Chinese client, like Rossel. Rossel is a Russia's company. They do aluminum and as a nickel. So they did the IPO in Hong Kong. So BOCI, we was advisory to this company as they did the IPO in Hong Kong. We look for the strategic investor to them and issue the share and ask and do as a sponsor and a book runner and as other rolling to this company. In last year, as we got the successful IPO, it's one of the Canadian company that's oil sands as a business, as a Sunshine Oil Sands company. We did advisory for this company as invited some investor from China and Hong Kong to as for pre-IPO, as in 2009. In their we invite Bank of China investment group And China Life is and other investment fund. They joined this company. They gave them as financial support to this company for pre-IPO. And also last year, we helped this company as finished their IPO in Hong Kong and as Canada. So now it's the company, they got their strategy investor for Sinopetro, PetroChina, and also it's CIC and other institutions. So that is such these deals we do as more and more. So now we are help for American company and Africa companies and also Australia's companies. Even the company, they have the good projects, they have the good manager team, and they are professional. So we can find as a good as a partnership and as including the customer and finance service to them, and as we know, which relationship both service both useful as buy side and the sell side, and and also project level and the corporate level. So I think as someone asked me what the Chinese institution, what their shares in market right now as compete with other foreign bankers and foreign institution. That is very interesting. And as every company, they want global. They want to do the business with international. So now I think corporate is best way to both for foreign company and the Chinese company. So it's such a Bank of China and BOCI, Bank of China International. We are going to go global director really right now. So it's the Bank of China. We opened our branches in over 35 countries. And we have the over 12 as a 200 branch in different regions, different country. So we are looking for the clients and the customer as in regionally and a local company, not only for Chinese. So like Freeport, we are developing our relationship and cooperate with them very well, and also Writing Toll, and also it's some small company. They have the connection with the Chinese market. So now I just said it's a Chinese institution and also as a finance institution will be work with you and work with and as an entities company. So we can do everything for equity and for and finance as productions and always serve as advisory. Thank you very much.